Hello, my dear students. Today we will talk about conservation of matter. During a chemical reaction, original substances reactants are converted into new substances products. Is mass conserved during a chemical reaction? To answer the question, let's talk about Antoine Lavoisier, which is a French scientist who worked on this idea. He discovered that the total mass of the reactants is equal to the total mass of the products. This is called the law of conservation of mass, which states that mass is neither created nor destroyed during chemical or physical reactions. To understand this law, we will talk about many examples. Example 1. The law of conservation of mass states that matter is neither created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. As we said, the total amount of matter present before a chemical reaction is always the same as the total amount after. Example, 50-80 grams of butane burns in 280 grams of oxygen to form 176 grams of carbon dioxide and 90 grams of water. Butane plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide plus water. This is the word equation and you are not responsible about it. Let's see now 50-80 grams plus 280 grams, which are the mass of the reactants. It will give me 176 grams and 90 grams of the product. If we add these amounts, it will give me 266 grams. It's totally equal to the amount of the reactant, which is 58 plus 208. It will give me 266 grams. This confirms the Lavoisier law, that is the total mass of the reactant is equal to the total mass of the product. Example 2, decomposition of mercuric oxide. We have 100 grams of mercuric oxide, طبعا decomposition using heat. We have 100 grams of mercuric oxide. We decompose it using heat to give 92.61 grams of mercury and 7.39 grams of oxygen. If we add the amount of the product, if we add them, they will give me 100 grams, which is the same amount of the reactant, and this is also confirms Lavoisier law. Second example, or example number 3, I have a chemical reaction between sodium hydroxide solution and between copper sulfate solution. As you can see, the sodium hydroxide solution, we put it in a test tube, and the copper sulfate solution, we put it in the Erlenmeyer flask. Okay, we measure the mass of the reactant using an electric balance. It is 67.25 grams. Then, when the reaction occurs, and we will have the products, which are sodium sulfate solution and the copper hydroxide precipitate, we notice that the mass of the product is 67.25 grams, the same as the mass of the reactant, and this also confirms Lavoisier law. Example number 4, we have 450 grams of milk and 15 grams of chocolate powder to produce 465 grams of chocolate milk. The mass of the chocolate milk will equal to the mass of the milk and the chocolate powder added together. Example number 5, we will have a chemical reaction between zinc and hydrochloric acid, and here we have a balloon. The balloon will be filled with the hydrogen gas, which is one of the product, and the other product is zinc chloride. Okay, we notice that the initial mass of the reactant is 61.95 gram. What do you conclude about the final mass? How much is the final mass? أكيد it is 61.95 grams according to Lavoisier. Lavoisier also states that matter is neither created nor destroyed during a chemical change. There is only transformation, and this figure will explain this law Hope you understand the ideas. Stay safe.